Okay.
Hello, Pat. Thank you for joining us
Yes.
today. It's a
Yeah.
pleasure
Thank you
to
for
have
the
you.
invitation.
As a managing partner of the Prestige Group, you've mentioned that the cloud kitchens are the future of restaurants. Where do you see the
Hmm.
restaurant industry heading over the next 5 to 10 years?
Okay. Let me give you a brief outline about what I'm actually doing. Now, this cloud kitchen is not the ordinary kind of a cloud kitchen. Now, this cloud kitchens, we will actually have gone into investments of real estates. Reason why we chose to do so is because the building itself actually contains a lot of carbons. Every building have a lot of carbons. We're trying to cut down the carbons. So we will actually include a lot of renewable energy features into the building. That's the reason why we must own the buildings. Now, number two, the cloud kitchen is part of is of course one of the major, but it's also a components of the whole investments. Within the building itself, we will house up to maybe 25 to 30 food operators, which means we rent the cloud kitchen space to all the individual food operators. Now, number three, we also will invest into the platform. That means we will own the platform and not just like some other food delivery where they just subscribe to a software company. So this platform will be customized. It will include AI, voice assist. It will also include the real estates in terms of building automation system. And there is a back end into it, which means there's a ERP system at the back ends, which will actually coordinates all the financials, accountings, orders, inventories, everything into it. So it is a fully automated system. Now, number three, we will also include a vertical farm in this building. Now, the vertical farm, we will house in a lot of cash crops, which means to say there's a lot of vegetable which are to be consumed into the food operate by the food operators. Why? Because they are the ingredients. Now, number four, we will also include cashless grocery stores. Now, these cashless grocery stores are not ordinary grocery stores. Mainly, it display all the ingredients for cooking and as well as staple foods. We are trying to create a space where all the food operator, because 30 of them, we were trying to put 1,000 in and create the kind of convenience for them to get all the ingredients that they need for the cooking. So this is what I meant by not a ordinary kind of a space, but it is a space where it create convenience, it comply with ESG. Now, number five, of course, that is the most important part is we create a kind of a social feature, social effects. Why? Because since we own the delivery platform, we are able to control the costs and we are able to cut away the third party's commissions. So we will only charge to the rider as well as the food operators a certain platform fee. Not the same like when you order food from any of the food delivery like Grabs, for instance, you will have to pay a platform fee. You have to pay a commission and platform fee for up to maybe 35%. So which mean to say we actually create this. We will allow the food vendors and the riders to earn more. That is what we are trying to create.
Sounds very interesting. So it seems your
Yep.
platform goes way beyond just being a cloud kitchen. You are more in
Yes.
the real estate and investment vehicle side towards sustainability.
Yes.
So I am curious, what sparked the idea to build something so holistic like an ecosystem? Was there an aha
Mhm.
moment, and how this idea was initiated?
Uh, okay. One of my partners, Richard, he is actually a American green architects. So he created a lot of green features to create the kind of a renewable energy. So that gave me the idea of how to create a building with renewable energy to save the cost. Now, number two, of course, Cloud Kitchen, I have ordered the food from food delivery company before, which they actually have marked up the cost. And of course, food vendors and the rider, they earn less. That's what I found out. So that gave me an idea of why not incorporate everything, real estates, together with all the the ESG compliance features, and to allow vendors and riders to earn more. I think everybody will be happy. That is what we are looking at. And that sparks the idea for me to create this holistic kind of projects. Uh, the last reason I wanted to explain is this. We create this and we are going to duplicate this model. We have to start in Singapore first. That is our base. Once that is operating, we will duplicate this model into Thailand, into Malaysia, into Australia, as far as maybe we could even go up to Vietnam. Reason behind this is because by 4 to 5 years' time, we wanted to achieve the IPO, maybe in Singapore, or maybe because Singapore we have a kind of a agreement. We have a very good agreement with America, with US. We can do double listing, which means to say that when we list in Singapore, we can as well also list in America, in Nasdaq, or even in New York Stock Exchange. Now, in our this IPO road, we create two IPO. One is of course a platform because platform contains database, all the individual database. That is one of the very ideal for any platforms to run and to be listed. Number two, we also wanted to create a green REITs, green industrial REITs, because all the assets, all the building and property, they are actually owned by the company. So which means we create a green REIT IPO as well. So that is the whole idea. That is the purpose as well. Yeah.
I see, I see. You've
Mm.
said Prestige has no real competitors because of its fully integrated ecosystem like that. Can you walk
Yes.
us through what sets your model apart from others in the space? Is your model really
Um,
so unique that you don't see any other comparable in the market?
yes. Number one, of course, we own the property. We own the buildings. And the building itself is a green features, it's a ESG building. Number two, again, we own the platform. Now, the platform itself is a fully integrated system and it's an automated system. Why? Because it integrates with all the different features of Google Voice Assist. Now, Google Voice Assist actually is meant for people. We do not discriminate consumer. We allow everybody to order. Now, Google Assist, why we need that features is because if you are old person, if you're senior person, you cannot, you are not able to touch screen sometimes, or maybe you can't even understand. In our platform, we have interface with different languages for the consumer to choose. Now, the voice assist comes when they wanted to order. They don't have to key in, they don't have to type and everything else, but they just speak what they want to eat today. As well as we are also catering this system for disabled or handicapped people. Supposing you are blind, how are you going to touch screens? Difficult for you to do so. And this is the voice assist that is going to help you order. And is a machine AI integrations, is able to recommend and able to remember what you have ordered before. Number three, our platform actually integrate into the real the automated building system. Now, the whole building will be an energy saving building. It's all real time running. So energy and maintenance, everything else will all be integrated into the platforms. So we can see real-time energy consumptions, real-time inventory out of stocks or whatever. All these are all the real times. And it's able to capture all this, and we are able to facilitate the purchase and everything else. So number four, of course, we have almost 25 to 30 food vendors in within the same building, which means to say a rider don't have to run everywhere to pick up food. Just come to one stop to pick up food and to deliver to different destinations, which means to say that they are able to pick up more food because they are inside the same building. So I do not see any competitors in the market. That's what we are doing. Yeah.
It's interesting because combining restaurant business, food delivery, and the green building real estate is quite an innovative concept. Have you not considered about other type of shops that you can lease out, you can rent it out in your property? For example, apart from restaurant business, it could be shops that's selling that sells clothes, sells electronics. So why did you pick restaurants only?
Food itself is one of the basic necessities of all humankind. Without food, you will die. You can't survive. Clothing, fashions, all these are luxuries, which is not serving the purpose of human rights. So why I wanted to go into food is because this is one of the basic necessities of all mankind that they need to eat. And one more thing is in our this food concept, we only introduce healthy food. We do not encourage any junk foods in the buildings. So in our apps itself, when you are a consumer in the apps, whatever you eat, it will display all the nutrition facts within the apps itself so that you can see what you are eating. You see, a lot of people nowadays, in terms of medical, a lot of them have cancer, all kinds of cancer everywhere, the whole bodies. It's because of these are the long-term kind of food consumptions which input into the mouth. That's where it create all the cancerous cell. So we wanted to introduce a healthy food that our generation will be able to continue on at a healthy lifestyle, not like what you eat, all those junk food, And our app actually educate the consumer of whatever they eat, what calorie, what all the nutrition facts, all everything display. So that makes us different from any other apps. Yeah. So it is a very fully integrated system. Yeah.
I believe consumers will be thankful for what you are building to improve their health. Now let's talk about how you build your startup. You've talked about how rigid thinking can really trip up founders. Was there a moment in your journey when you had to pivot or completely rethink your strategy?
Yes, you see, one thing about technology, because I think you can understand from now that the building, the platform, these are all software control. Now, we always constantly have to be on the lookout for new technologies to be integrated. So our platform is API enabled, which means to say that all add-ons can be integrated into the system. So we are always prepared for change. Why? Because we need to uh, follow where the technology get us to. We cannot stick on to the old technologies. We have to accommodate those new technologies and discard the old ones. So our platform is able to do so. Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you for sharing your thoughts. Let's touch base a little bit on the team side. You also mentioned
Mm,
that hiring the wrong people was tough for you, but ended up being a valuable lesson. So, what have you
mm.
changed since then to make sure you are building the right team?
Okay, I think for building a team, importantly is I always believe human touch. Why? When you are working in a team, the team is important that you align all your thoughts and interests within the same space. You cannot allow people where they have separate thoughts or they have some other thoughts different from what you are doing or where our goal setting that is important. If there is a team member that is different, they deviate from our goal, I have to discard the team members. I will not allow that. Why? Because it will hinder our progress and it also will damage our work as well. So team members as well as the building technology is also the same. I have to constantly look out. Now, when we expand our projects and duplicate the projects into the region, Thailand, Malaysia, Australia, we have more and more people, but of course, since the whole building itself is automated, the team members is only make up of maybe per building about 20% or even 25%, that's all. We will try to restrict people because that is the reason why we spend a lot of money into this whole automation system.
So, talking about
Mm,
Align Vision, now you are
mm,
expanding into more and more markets. When you do new hiring, for example, when you open a
mm.
new building with a new food operator in Thailand or Vietnam, when you hire, for example, would you consider the new hiring people have a similar healthy diet habit? For example, they have to be agreeable to the healthy food, healthy lifestyle to be employed by you, for example.
Yes and no. Sometimes you got to understand that people have different interests and hobbies in their life. These are personal, which I cannot interfere. But when it comes to the work, we have to focus on our goal. I think that is important. You cannot interfere into their personal life. That becomes something which it's not a human rights anymore. But of course, when hiring people, of course, there are various ways that you have to test them. Mainly, number one, you have to ask them a question about what they feel about the healthy food, what they feel about the building automation system. They must be able to explain, they must be able to give their thoughts. If they are only followers means they do not have their own thinking, they do not have their own ideas, then that is as good as a spoon feed, which is not working at all.
All right. For the final question, for anyone
Mm,
out there thinking about starting a sustainable food business, what would you say
mm.
are the biggest lessons they should know before jumping in?
I think number one is when they want to go into the food business, number one, you got to understand, you got to appreciate food first. Number two, you also have to understand some medical issues about the food. Why? Because if you are introducing a food where it's junk food which create cancerous cell or create some other diseases in the body, then you can't succeed because your food will not work. Even though your food might taste good, but it doesn't work on the long run, because right now, even everywhere in the world or even in Asia, everybody in China, everybody are very health conscious. Or even in Thailand, the same thing. Everybody are very health conscious because there are many cases of even the COVID affecting everybody's life. So when they want to go into the food, they must understand what is called food first. Number two, they have to also go into considering about what kind of platform. So of course the third part is the third thing is how you want to pitch your venture with all the investors. If there's nothing interesting which you're just introducing a contemporary kind of a venture, don't do it. It's a waste of time and waste of exercise. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Pat, for sharing your story and insights today. It was such a pleasure having you on. I know our audience will
Mm.
really enjoy hearing your perspective.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for the invitation as well.